next, the Bucks taking up. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. With Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. Hey, Dave.
Well, Kevin Durant said his days of trying to prove himself through basketball are done. He said, walking around with a chip on my shoulder is not my thing. I'm more relaxed than letting these days flow. I'm the best version of me. I don't need to prove who I am. I've been in it for too long. Kevin, this is a guy who is finally comfortable with himself.
All right, thanks, D.A. Here's the starting group for Houston. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Jaylen Brown. Then it's Curry. Then it's Thompson. And it's Howard in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Milwaukee, Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Durant. Then there's Whiteside. And it's Harris in at power forward. The starting gate, opening night in the NBA. Brent, what are you most looking forward to?
I just like to see who it is that, in terms of their competitive spirit right now, is coming out of training camp hungry. Let's see in the next couple weeks which team jumps out and which coaching staffs have done a great job preparing their team coming out of camp. Now, we know that teams can fall off, Kevin. The talent will catch up. Other veteran teams may get themselves back into a rhythm. But coming out of training camp, how much more together are teams, and teams that have made changes, what are they playing like?
What's their chemistry?
Let's find out how they're going to play this year.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
Mitchell against Thompson. The drive by Mitchell. The putback, rebounded by Howard. Here's Houston now. It's a three-point game. Brown, good.
Now that's just called working within the offense, as Thompson, unwilling to settle for a shot, has good vision and then sees the open man.
Harris trying to get free, and Whiteside with the basket on the assist by Dinwiddie.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now, here's Mitchell. 11 points for him in that last game against Boston.
A great pass by Whiteside, hanging in that play.
Pass to Cousins. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. It's not going to go for him. Harris finds Dinwiddie, and the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's his first foul. Harris outside. Dinwiddie surveying the floor with the shot, and there the Bucks with another bucket.
Tremendous pick by Whiteside. Easily slips off the screen and completes the look at the rim.
High arcing shot. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Here's KD. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Curry. That shot missing. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Here's Harris. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Another miss by Houston.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Passes to Mitchell. Just 5 to shoot. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Well, you might think at 6'3" in shoes, Donovan Mitchell is undersized for the shooting guard position. But his combination of strength and length, along with the athleticism, help him to hold his own.
Right nowadays, teams looking for +6 players. That's a player whose arm span exceeds their height by at least 6 inches.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell, how about a +9? I mean, a little over 6'1" in socks with a 6'10" wingspan. Those long arms, the reason for the Spider nickname.
These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. Steph Curry for it.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
Stolen by Durant. 3 on 3. This one for 3. That's good for Mitchell on the assist by Dinwiddie. And it's 7 points for Donovan Mitchell. It's Curry with the drive, and yes, it's good.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now, Kevin. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Durant against Brown. Durant, that's good. KD's got his second bucket of the night.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
It's Curry outside, and it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Dinwiddie, good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Got a piece of it. Fast break, Milwaukee. A pull-up. They get the rebound. Chalk up 2 there. Mitchell's got 9.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot. You have to get in front of Dwight Howard. When he has that kind of room to soar, he's going to finish alley-oops with style.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
No doubt that's what made the difference. The aggression they showed, attacking, drawing contact. It got them points at the line and made foul trouble a big concern on the other side.
Substitution here for Milwaukee. Vucevic checked in for Whiteside. Evan Fournier comes in for Harris. Brogdon, he's checked in for Mitchell. And it's Hill in for Spencer Dinwiddie. The Rockets also changing it up. Brook Lopez is checked in for Howard. Jaren Jackson comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Russell in for Thompson. Now, here is Russell. Following the miss by Evan Fournier. Russell passes to Jackson. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
Using outstanding floor awareness there. Russell's ability to pick apart the defense and find the open man.
Now, here's Brogdon. Durant for 3. Lopez grabs the board. Here's Brown, and Brown throws it down hard.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Russell against Hill. On the pass to Vucevic. Here's Brogdon. That one doesn't go. Curry with the defensive effort. Right side, Russell. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Brogdon against Jackson. Brogdon the pass to Hill. Feeds to Fournier. 6 on the shot clock. Durant, no good.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Russell passes to Jackson. Nice D from Fournier.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Pass to Vucevic. They could use a bucket and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Bucks shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
At the line for 2.
He's off on the first. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for the Rockets. Good on the second free throw. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Houston. Trailing by 5. From deep.
George Hill, phenomenal instincts defensively and did a great job of challenging to throw that shooter off.
Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for the Milwaukee Bucks. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Right back after this break. Notching a 50, 40, 90% season is a rare, rare feat indeed. And Steph Curry, one of the few who have done it, talked about that challenge.
The field goal percentage as a whole is the toughest one. You're going to have some open shots, you're going to have some tough shots, but having that level of consistency and accuracy over the course of 82 games is unbelievably hard.
And consistent excellence certainly is the key. Curry brings it night in and night out.
And as tough as it is to hit those marks, he just seems to make it look easy.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what stands out to you from the Bucks in this one?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. They've got Jackson. Bamba is out there with Brook Lopez. And there's D'Angelo Russell, and it's Brown in at the shooting guard position.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
Well, guys, Brogdon not a player that turns heads, but man, is he an efficient threat on the floor.
And he's been a great three-point shooter really since his rookie year. His field goal percentage continues to climb and has evolved into one of the best free throw shooters in the game.
Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. And that sends Nikola Vucevic to the free throw line. That's on Jaylen Brown. For Milwaukee, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. Free throw drops for Vucevic. You know, so many great dribblers, ball handlers in this league right now. Who's the best at shooting off the bounce?
Well, 3 prime candidates to do that, Kevin, exist at the point guard position, and I put James Harden in the point guard category with how much he has the ball. Harden, Kyrie, Steph Curry, 3 great names that are able to find their way to get the ball into the shooting pocket. No matter where they move off the dribble, finding consistency. It's a really sought-after attribute in the players who are coming up now because of how impactful these guys have been. Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. 4th, Brook Lopez.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
No good on the free throw. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Whiteside's checked in for Durant. Harris comes in for Fournier. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Malcolm Brogdon. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for George Hill. The Rockets also changing it up. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Lopez. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Mohamed Bamba. And it's Klay Thompson in for Jaylen Brown. Here's Mitchell. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Harris. Misses off the right iron. Rockets trail by 5. Now Russell. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And also in that one, he had the opposition on pins and needles on the defensive end of the floor, recording 4 steals that night on his way to an overall stellar game.
Milwaukee on D. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Plenty of space. Another miss by Houston.
I guess even he took this one of those once in a while.
And the basket is good.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And another thing you like about Russell, just good size at that lead guard position and makes him a handful to defend inside.
The Rockets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
The first free throw is good.
The 2nd overall pick back in the 2015 NBA draft. Russell having earned his first All-Star game appearance in 2019.
And the Rockets making a change here. Curry's checked in. And so Russell hits them both.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the 2nd. A nice way to get your offense going.
Offensive rebound. And the rejection by Cousins.
Well, offensively, you better respect the reach of DeMarcus Cousins. Terrific at getting a hand on that one and swatting it away.
Now here's Cousins following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. Lobbed up there for Howard. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Dinwiddie against Russell. And there's the call on Howard. That is his first foul of the game. Here is Whiteside. Here's Dinwiddie. And the 3-ball is good. Dinwiddie's got 5 points now this quarter. Rockets trail by 6. And stolen by Harris. Kicks to Dinwiddie. Back to Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
That's a strong finish from Tobias Harris.
And it's Curry with the ball. Bringing it up for Houston. Puts up a 3. Sinks the 3-pointer. Curry's got 10 points.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Here's Mitchell. Milwaukee getting another chance here. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Dwight Howard.
Well, it's almost as if Whiteside had a watch on and showed patience, waiting for the defense to come down and draw the foul.
Well, he might not be blocking 4 shots a game anymore, but Hassan Whiteside still a factor in the paint defensively.
Free throw, good, Whiteside. And with Whiteside, his size and length set him apart from others defensively. Greg, even at the center position.
You just can't ignore the reach and coverage that Whiteside has when he's in the paint. Even though the block numbers aren't what they once were, the amount of shots he changes is still very high.
Now the shot clock resets to 14 seconds on an offensive rebound. Brent, you like that change?
I think digging into the numbers a little bit, Kevin, it only affects about 3% of total possessions.
Is that all?
Yeah, throughout the course of the year, not in any given game. So it's very, 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 very minimal what happens. But what I like is that players have to reset quickly with 14 on the clock, and I think coaches are starting to think about how it is they might have quick sets as opposed to getting the ball to the top of the key and trying to run through a traditional set. Maybe you have quick sets after the reset to get yourself a better shot.
More strategy.
And looking now at some numbers for DeMarcus Cousins. Last season, he played outstanding. He put in about 16 points a game last year, 8 rebounds and 3 assists. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
Now here's Thompson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Passes it to Harris. There's the pass to Mitchell. Off target with his 3.
Yeah, and that one way back in the first quarter is the three-pointer that has been his only one of the night.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Now here is Harris. Dinwiddie kicks to Mitchell. Over Thompson. The offensive rebound. Vucevic with the bucket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And a deep 3 from Curry. Milwaukee with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Pass to Mitchell. 6 to shoot. A second chance effort, and the shot goes in. That's now 8 points for Hassan Whiteside.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That is his first foul of the game. Fournier is checked in for Whiteside. And then for Houston, Bamba comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Brown in for Russell. Thompson surveying the floor. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Klay Thompson just never dwelling too long on a game where he might miss a couple shots, or over the course of maybe a couple of weeks when he's not in his best form. He turns it around pretty quickly, does Klay, and it's pretty impactful.
That free throw missing.
And we know Klay Thompson is a top-tier shooter. He's got incredible form, a great release, but he's also unselfish by example and plays well within this system.
Brogdon, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Hill comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. That one misses.
That's a strange trip because typically he's pretty much money from there.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Hill finds Vucevic. 5 to shoot. Fires from deep. Here's Harris, and they convert it last on attempt number 3. And now an 11-point Bucks lead. Hill against Curry. deep three-point range, and so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Steph, you know you're #1 in the defensive scouting report. How do you counteract that?
I just got to slow down. I mean, they're playing good defense, trying to trap the ball screens and take them out the three-point line. But, you know, just got to be aggressive, keep getting shots up, making the right plays, and no turnaround.
We'll see what you do in the second half. Thanks, Steph. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A tremendous start for Donovan Mitchell. He had 9 points and 1 rebound. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
They did an awesome-horrific job. That's right, Ernie. Awesome-horrific. That's awesome and terrific together. Anyway, they did an awesome-horrific job of limiting turnovers. They were almost mistake-free. Put you in the right frame of mind when you can play like that. As long as they keep protecting the ball in the next 2 quarters, they will protect the lead.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Rockets?
Well, the way I see it, they're losing this game because they're being out-rebounded. You can't give up this kind of differential and expect to remain competitive. So what do? You commit more guys to the glass, guards included. You make it a priority that if you do ultimately lose this game, it's not because you didn't rebound.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Here's Curry. They've got Mitchell. Durant is out there with Harris. Then there's Whiteside, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 1. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half.
Yeah, that's just working for the better shot. We always talk about in the NBA, good to great, great possession there.
Now, here's Mitchell. KD can't get it to go. Cousins finds Curry, and the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's foul number 2 for him. Curry against Harris. 11 feet away, Cousins throws it down.
Well, Cousins with his height is able to get up there and jam that one down. Just get the ball deep to him on the inside and pretty much he'll take care of the rest.
Now here's Dinwiddie. 7 points in the game. And another basket for Milwaukee.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range. It doesn't matter who's guarding him.
Curry against Dinwiddie. Tries from 16. Here's Howard. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
And that one falls for Howard.
Hard to deny many of the skills that Dwight Howard brings to the floor on a nightly basis. Not just a force on defense, but has those nights on offense where he can be imposing as well.
KD with it. Guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. 11 feet away. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Bucks lead by 8.
And they continue to control the glass.
Curry dishes to Brown. That one a little long. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for Milwaukee. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. On the wing, and he hits the jump shot. And now it's a 10-point Bucks lead
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
And it's blocked by Whiteside.
Well, those kind of shots should come with a warning label. Caution, Hassan Whiteside is around. He's simply one of the best shot blockers in the league.
Brook Lopez is checked in for Dwight Howard. Thompson outside. Shot clock at 6. From deep. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Bucks leading by 10. Kept alive. Another shot, and it's laid up and in by Harris. Harris has got 8 points.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Here's Thompson. Count it. Good.
Coaching staff loves it when Klay Thompson mixes it up, that time on the drive.
Mitchell looking it over. Buries it down low. Mitchell's got the lead up to 12 now for the Bucks.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And you know, you see it every day, but it still doesn't make it any less impressive. The amount of skill that Steph Curry has on the floor, the shooting, the passing, the agility, he has it all.
In for Milwaukee. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Mitchell. Houston also making some changes. Jackson, he's checked in for Cousins. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Thompson. You could argue Curry is one of the most skilled players of all time.
The shooting alone puts him in the conversation, and very few can match up to just that. Guys like LeBron and Wilt dominate with their size and athleticism, but Curry is an all-time great because of his once-in-a-lifetime skill.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Milwaukee shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Vucevic checked in for Durant, and George Hills subbed in for Dinwiddie. And then for Houston, Mohamed Bamba comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Cousins in for Jackson.
Brogdon being the rookie of the year and coming in and doing a great job for the Milwaukee Bucks. This is a guy who could play either guard position and has a great mentality and great poise as a point guard.
Now, here is Russell. 10 points for him.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorer. 5th is Steph Curry.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
The first one falls. Good on both. Rockets trail by 14. Outside Russell. Outside Curry. Another miss by Houston.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Russell after Malcolm Brogdon's bucket. That one goes in. And 12 points for D'Angelo Russell.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Pass to Brogdon. And they pick up 2. And the Bucks lead by 16.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter.
I don't know how he makes a shot like that look as easy as it did. So elite.
Brogdon outside. Right side trying to break free. A three-pointer off the mark. Brown, good. Brown's got 6.
And you got to respect how accomplished Brown is down low, destroying whoever is in his way.
There's 1:17 left in the third quarter. Vucevic trying to get open. And the rejection by Cousins. Brown wide open. He fires. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Rockets trail by 14. Curry passes to Brown. Passes it to Bamba. Rocket 6. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by the Bucks. And here's Fournier. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That'll be his second foul of the game. Milwaukee making a switch. Harris has checked in. Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Houston. There's 25 seconds left in the third. Harris dishes to Vucevic. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Mohamed Bamba. For Milwaukee, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Vucevic.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And both free throws good for Vucevic. 17 seconds left to play in the third. Bounce pass, Russell. Here's Cousins with 4 seconds on the clock. Russell, no good. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We'll return shortly. And now we take a look back to Mike D'Antoni talking to his team from the huddle.
They just can't go on and on and on. They just score every time. Every time they're scoring. Every time. You got to take a stand someplace. Come on, let's go.
Well, Greg, very obviously, is looking for a defensive stand.
Kevin, you can tell he's not happy with the effort he's getting on that end, and they need stops.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. Taking a look at the Rockets. Howard is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Thompson. Then there's Brown. And it's Russell in at the 1 spot. Six on the shot clock. Here's Harris, and slam dunk by Harris.
Harris with a head of steam, put his head down, and then put the ball down.
Russell passes to Brown. To the paint. And it's slammed in by Howard.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Now the pass to Vucevic. We've played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Fires from the line. It's good. Brogdon's got 11 points here in just the 2nd half.
Good job there. Brogdon doesn't need much room. Has it there from the mid-range and knocks it down.
Outside, Russell. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Malcolm Brogdon. And the first one drops. And some changes here for the Bucks. Kevin Durant comes in for Evan Fournier. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Malcolm Brogdon. And so Russell hits them both. Final quarter here, and we're just over 1.5 minutes through it. Harris outside. He dishes it to Durant. Looking to end.
Hey, Kevin, could you add that one to Durant's ongoing highlight reel? Thank you very much.
And that one is good. 16 points for D'Angelo Russell.
When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Here's Harris. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. He kicks to Vucevic. Just 4 to shoot. A 3 ball.
DeMarcus is a huge guy. Excellent at using his reach and size to throw off shooters.
Pass to Russell. It's stolen by Harris. Oh, and here comes Kevin Durant all alone. Count that one. 13 points for Donovan Mitchell.
Capitalizing on the era, grinding out points. You gotta love it.
That's why you can't afford to just turn it over to him, because he's going to do stuff like that to make you pay just right down the throat.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Howard misses. Milwaukee leading by 20. The feed now to Harris. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
Now here's Brown. And it's sent back by PD.
The large wingspan of Durant on full display. What a block there.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring that you forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skills.
You know, KD doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing, but he has fantastic vision. I mean, arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever. Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates.
I think there's just been a lot of respect for the approach of Kevin Durant over the course of the past couple seasons, especially with the Warriors, wanting to be a better defender, better rebounder, better rim protector. Of course, we think of scoring first, but man, the defensive end and what he's done to take some pride on that end has been impressive.
And with Durant, the non-scoring aspects of his game almost get forgotten.
Well, Kevin has put up 5 or 6 assists a game over the last couple seasons. It helps to have two of the greatest shooters in the league on your side. It's going to be interesting to see how he develops after the injury and what he comes back to as a player in a new system with new teammates and more mileage on that body.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. And he makes that one. And that's now 18 points for D'Angelo Russell.
And something Russell did well in college, scoring off the pick and roll.
Thompson against Dinwiddie. And Thompson sends it back. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Russell's running. The shot misses. Nice D from Durant. Harris inside the line. Unable to get that one. And Houston the other way now. Outside Russell. Pass to Lopez. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Well, he coined the name himself last season. Brent, are you willing to call Brook Lopez Splash Mountain?
I am, but I think Brook Lopez was also looking for some kind of deal so that him and his brother could get free rides for the rest of their lives.
That's good from Brook Lopez.
Well, the evolution of Brook Lopez continues as he is now a premier stretch five. His three-point shot continues to get better and now a huge part of his arsenal.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Thompson for the triple. Another miss by Houston. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Milwaukee Bucks. Mitchell against Thompson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. And Lopez bold enough to give himself a nickname.
Yeah, well, what was it? Splash Mountain or something like that? I guess he's earned it with the work he's put in on his outside shooting. More and more centers these days shooting the three ball.
That free throw, no good. Brent, a few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Any thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over, and you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior, or you're a college player, and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about in their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around the player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the players.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Now here's Curry. Shot clock at 6. Here's Cousins. Lays it up off the glass.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Milwaukee.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Hassan Whiteside.
I like his aggressiveness here tonight, especially on the glass. He was not messing around.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Fournier is checked in for Durant. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Donovan Mitchell. And George Hill's subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Now here's Brown. They get it again. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Hill dishes to Whiteside. Brown against Harris. Brogdon. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation. Always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much with Kevin Durant. Gave a slow start for you offensively, but you were able to stay aggressive. How do you keep that mentality as a great scorer?
Well, you got to keep shooting, no matter what happens. So it's easy to, play well throughout the game when you're making shots, but when you're missing, you got to get your mind right, and that's what I try to do is just stay aggressive.
And it sure showed out there. Thank you very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long, everyone.